I think it's been quite a dream for a lot of us to have this first World Champs. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for.
I think it'll be a little bit of a different mindset, just doing the one-day event.
I've been chasing a rainbow jersey for over 10 years, been a long time coming.
I think it's really good for the sport.
There will be an extra motivation. You're not only doing it for you then, you're doing it for your country. It's really an honor.
I am riding for France.
For Great Britain.
United States.
For France.
For Poland.
For Great Britain.
For France.
The rainbow jersey is like very special.
Pretty insane to win.
I really, really want one. I'd be lying if I said anything else.
I have 2 world titles with the French team in trial.
There's a lot of competition.
Winning the rainbow jersey will be everything.
Everyone is going to be extra motivated. Anyone could be on top.
I haven't been off the podium here before, so definitely a bit of pressure on myself. Send it a little more than usual, take some more risks.
It would be amazing to win both the World Cup Series and the World Championships in the same year.
Ali kind of wanted to push it this year, knowing that I probably have the speed.
I want things to click here for me.
I know I can go well here.
Each stage is pretty different.
It's something special. It's unique.
Val di Fassa, I love this place. For me, it's like proper enduro.
What I love here is the diversity of the trails.
Nice track and wood.
The other side of the valley is a lot more pumpy.
So some very technical sections.
I'm definitely going to give it everything I got.
Probably the most important race of the year.
Welcome to the first ever UCI Enduro and E-Enduro World Championships. Proudly hosted by the Val di Fassa Trentino region here in Italy. You could not pick a more special and iconic location for the first ever champs. We will crown our very first ever rainbow jerseys in Enduro and E-Enduro. There is so much weather on the cards with rain and snow for the next couple of days, which has forced some mandatory schedule changes. Regardless, the occasion is going to be spectacular. Let's check out the course that our riders have in store. Our course here in Val di Fassa will have 5 stages. Our first liaison of the day gets to our first gondola of the day to stage 1. Our first stage, Titans, has been slightly modified. It will start lower down in the trees, a short liaison back up the hill to stage 2, Glühwein. It will be wild and wet in there with so many technical corners. One of the shortest stages we have, but by far one of the most technical considering the conditions. Riders now liaise to stage 3. Tutti Frutti, the famous. It now begins in the woods a little lower, but it will not be any easier. From stage 3 to stage 4, Infinity SE. It is now starting below the upper start section in the Refugio. Technical, long, natural. It is our longest and most technical stage of the weekend. Our 5th and final stage, Chassettes. It's natural, it's loamy, it's rooty, and it will arrive our riders to the finish bowl to wrap up our 5-stage, 33-kilometre, 1,950 metres of vertical descending course for the very first ever 2024 UCI Enduro World Championships.
It's incredible to see 32 nations, 32 countries here in the Piazza in Val di Fassa, over 200 riders. This weekend will go down in the history books. There is only one first ever, and in Val di Fassa this weekend we will have the first ever official UCI World Championships of Enduro, and that's truly incredible. It's a true honour to officially declare the first ever the 2024 UCI Mountain Bike Enduro World Championship officially open.
What a monumentous occasion. Pretty stoked. It's always a proud moment to put on the silver fern for New Zealand.
Yeah, a bit nervous. Really hope to stay on the bike, but yeah, also really excited. It's going to be my last one.
It's going to be a tough day, but just try and stay smooth and execute and yeah, give it my all.
Really excited for this race. See how it goes.
As the sun broke through the stormy clouds, the first time for tyres to meet dirt would be on the famous Titans. Fresh cut tracks mixed with plenty of rocks and roots. This would separate the best from the rest. UCI Enduro World Cup season overall winner Harriet Harnden was surely a favourite to gain the beloved rainbow stripes. Feeling the pressure, she comes down in 7th place on stage 1 after a huge crash. Adrian Lanthia Nadeau, feeling the fire of an all-out one-day race, took 4th place on the first stage. But it was the French that dominated, with Morgan Shah in 3rd and Melanie Poujan in 2nd. Isabeau Couturier, claiming this to be her last race, rode with her usual passion and commitment and takes the first stage win. After a technical and slippery stage start, our elite women's field was led by Frenchwoman Isabeau Couturier by over 12 seconds ahead of Poujan. Great Britain's Harnden would have some time to find as she sits 30 seconds behind in 7th. Junior downhill world champion Arise van Leuven takes on her first Enduro World Championship and rounds out the top 10 on the first stage of the day. Louis Jandel starts out with a top 5 on stage 1 ahead of Callahan in 6th. Great Britain's Corey Watson seemed to feel right at home with the slippery and muddy tracks, taking 3rd at the first stage of the day. Ahead of Watson was a more familiar face, but despite illness throughout the week, Ruud was charging and unfaltered to claim 2nd. The only one to provide an answer to Ruud's reign is Frenchman Alex Rudeau, who takes the first stage win of the day. Just as our elite women's field struggled in the slippery conditions, our elite men's category was wide open. Alex Rudeau sits 3.5 seconds ahead of Richie Rude, but a surprise face, Great Britain's Corey Watson takes 3rd, just 7.5 seconds behind Rude. Australia's Dan Booker comes home in 4th, just a second behind Watson.
I had 2 big slams, my shoulders were pretty sore, but I mean it was alright. A bit rough, but it's half everyone, so.
Pretty hard that. It's pretty slick in places, a bit blown out in places, but it's good. It's a physical one to start the day.
Glühwein would almost be the most technical test for our athletes today. The slippery conditions, the snow and the roots would wreak havoc on our elite men's and elite women's field, and focus would be key. It was the shortest stage of the day, but by far the most technical. Shah seemed to struggle on this short and punchy stage and finishes 8th, losing almost 26 seconds. Great Britain's Ella Connolly and Harriet Harnden seem to be the only answer for the French reign, as Connolly takes 4th and Harnden in 3rd. Taking 2nd place is Melanie Poujan, and Isabeau Couturier lays her claim to the throne with another stage win. Adrian Lanthia Nadeau and Harriet Harnden switch places as Lanthia Nadeau drops down to 7th and Harnden finds the speed and now sits in 4th. But she is still 43 seconds behind. The top 3 remain unchanged, with Shah and Poujan taking 3rd and 2nd respectively, and Couturier extending her lead to 18 seconds. Like Shah, Ruud seemed to struggle on Glühwein, just managing 8th place. Just under 8 seconds off the pace, Dan Booker beats his result on stage 1 and takes 3rd. Corey Watson takes another impressive result on Glühwein with a 2nd place, loving the slippery conditions. Alex Rudeau's skill set would shine through as he takes yet another stage victory. Continuing his great form, Ireland's Greg Callahan now sits in 5th. Rudeau extends his lead by a further 10 seconds ahead of Ruud, and it was Watson in 3rd, just 2 seconds behind.
So slippery and yeah, so hard to keep afloat. Yeah, those 2 have been pretty messy, so hopefully clean it up and find a bit more flow in the next few.
Oh man, it's just ice everywhere. Really, really hard. Hard to stay on your bike for sure.
But you have to be careful on what you are riding.
and choose the right line. But yeah, and it's also super physical. And with the cold, you don't know how to manage it. But yeah, it's good.
It's slippery everywhere. I'm just trying to hold on to it.
With high winds and epic amounts of snow, they had to shorten Tutti Frutti. The new stage start would favour riders' technical ability. At just 1.7 kilometres long, they would have to step on the gas from the get-go. After a dominant stage 1 and 2, Coudurier would falter on the third stage of the day and takes 5th, losing 8 seconds. Shah maintains her consistency, taking 4th. And in 3rd place, we have Ella Connolly. Another Brit in the top 3, Harnden, determined to keep her name in the battle, takes 2nd. But taming the Tutti Frutti beast would be Melanie Poujan. With a stage win, Melanie Poujan gains 8 seconds over Isabeau Coudurier, with her lead being tested. They just sit 10 seconds apart. Shah holds on to 3rd, almost 40 seconds behind Coudurier. Harnden and Connolly round out the top 5. After spectacular stage 2 results for Watson and Booker, they would seem to struggle on stage 3, taking 10th and 11th respectively. Yet to find his pace for a stage win in the harsh conditions, Ruud battles home for 5th. On the other side of the coin, Callahan would thrive, feeling right at home, taking 4th. Louis Jondel quietly keeps his consistency, taking 3rd place ahead of Canada's Jack Menzies, with his best stage results so far in 2nd. But making it 3 from 3 stage victories would be Alex Rudeau, with his eyes firmly set on that World Champions jersey. A falter on stage 3 would prove costly for Watson as he drops down to 6th place, leaving the door open for Callahan and Jondel to take 4th and 3rd respectively. Ruud remains in 2nd, almost 20 seconds behind the so far dominant Alex Rudeau.
It's hard to ride well when you're so tired, but yeah, not my best work, but good enough.
I feel like I got cooked on this one. So physical, so much pedaling. I was like,
That was hard, but maybe a little too conservative on the pedal. Had a couple big mistakes, but just trying to survive right now. Struggling to stay in the mix a little bit.
yeah, this one was better. I really messed up stage 2, so it's a bit annoying. I went off track a few times.
Stage 4 is our longest stage of the day, and with the dramatic weather conditions, the mud and the slippery routes would wreak havoc throughout our field. Harnden would unusually falter on the longest stage of the day and taking 5th, losing 14 seconds. In 4th, Ella Connolly is still fighting hard to get on that podium. Shah takes another 3rd place. And Coudurier relents to fellow Frenchwoman Melanie Poujan. Melanie steps on the gas hard on stage 4, knowing how important it is to take the stage win, putting her toe to toe with Coudurier. Just one stage remains. The unicorn Isabeau Coudurier leads by just 7.5 seconds. Poujan follows closely behind in 2nd, with Shah leaving a lengthy gap over 30 seconds behind. Connolly and Harnden rounding out the top 5, separated by 0.1 of a second. Stage 4 would claim Corey Watson as he manages 16th place, leaving in his wake a powerful Louis Jondel. Determined to join his fellow countrymen in the podium, he takes 4th. Richie Rude, not weakened by the battle or the illness, holds on to 3rd. Just 4 seconds behind the lead, Dan Booker crosses the line on Infinity SE with second. Rudeau would go on to make it 4 from 4 with yet another victory on stage 4. As we head into the final stage, the results look like this. Callahan moves down to 5th place, overtaken by Dan Booker. Louis Jondel holds fast and remains in 3rd, and Richie Rude would have some time to find on the final stage. He sits almost 25 seconds behind an unrelenting Rudeau, who claims 4 from 4 victories so far. The final stage here in Val di Fassa, Trentino would be Chiasetti's. Plenty of routes, plenty of physical pedaling sections. This would determine our first ever UCI Enduro World Champions.
I'm stoked with how the day's been going so far. So just kind of want to get through this one nice and smooth and finish well.
I'm ready. I'm not too tired so far, so ready to push hard in that one.
Yeah, trying to give it my all, and it's been hard to kind of push and feel fast.
A bit nervous and excited at the same time because it's gonna be my last stage for a while, so I just want to give my best and have some good riding, some good smooth line, and yeah.
After a long physical day in the mountains, Connolly would take home 7th on the final stage with fellow countryman Harnden in 5th. Shah would succumb to the pressure, pushing after crash, claiming 8th on the final stage of the day. Canada's Andrian Lanthianadu rides with confidence, arriving in 3rd. But it would be Pujan feeling the weight of the 7 seconds separating her from the lead. Pushes. She crosses the line with a 2nd place on Chiasetti's. With the pressure mounting, Courduria would be the last rider to drop. No stranger to having all eyes on her, she rides smoothly and confidently, crossing the line in the town of Canazei to take the last stage win of the day, and with it, the victory. And a true fairy tale ending for the incredible Isabeau Courduria. 10 years after her first Enduro race, she takes home the inaugural Rainbow Stripes at the first ever UCI Enduro World Championships. Fellow Frenchwoman Melanie Pujan and Morgan Shah join her on the podium in 2nd and 3rd respectively.
Feels really good, especially to share the podium with Melanie and Isa, like the French girls. Yeah, feels amazing, and yeah, I'm really happy.
An amazing day for me. Everything was perfect, the shape, mental, and it was so nice to see Isa and Morgan with the same t-shirt. It was so cool. So it's an amazing day, so I'm so happy.
I really worked super hard on my mental this week to really deliver a performance I can be proud of here. And it was a true fight with the conditions, the snow, everything. And I just kept, focusing on just ride, stay true to yourself, just ride like you know you can. And it paid off, and I mean, how could I finish my career on a better note than a full France podium with Melanie and Morgan? I'm just so happy.
Greg Callahan would maintain his incredible form, taking 3rd place on the final stage, just 6 seconds back, taking over the hot seat from Dan Booker, who finishes 5th. Richie Rude takes 2nd place, hoping it would be enough to hold on to his podium spot. Reseeding after the final stage would mean current leader Alex Rudeau would be the final rider to drop. He rode with the crowd in his ears and a fire in his belly and would take 4th place on the stage, relenting the final stage to Louis Jandel, who conquers Chisetti's with a first place. And the final results are in. Richie Rude would falter in the final hurdle, dropping from silver to bronze, overtaken by Frenchman Louis Jandel, who in the final stage takes just over 2 seconds from the American. With 4 out of 5 stage wins, Alex Rudeau would cross the line almost 23 seconds ahead, claiming the UCI Enduro World Champion jersey.
It was a tough day, like kind of battled, I guess, the conditions out there, and like I wasn't feeling, I guess, super great on the tracks, but yeah, results was there. I was in second place most of the day, and man, it was pretty heartbreaking to come down in the second on the last one and up third overall, and yeah, that was super tough. But I mean, to be on the podium on the first ever World Championships for Enduro is pretty special, and yeah, feels good.
I broke my scaphoid during the season. I missed Leogang and tried to give everything to back on my best level, and I was thinking about this race and just try to put everything together, and it works, so it's crazy. So happy to finally find it, and wow, it's crazy.
It's just amazing. I dreamed about it for so long, so yeah, my first individual World Champion jersey, so yeah, I'm super proud of me, of the team, all the work that we done, and my coach, everything. I think the key moment was before the event, you know, to be prepared well and to have the mental to be here on the day.
We have just crowned our first ever Enduro and e-Enduro World Champions here in the Dolomites of the Val di Fassa Trentino region of Italy. These 4 athletes by my side have created history today in an event that we will remember for a lifetime. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to our 4 brand new world champions, and we will see you trackside.
We did it!